To see you, Boone. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Trish.
Well, you know, all signs out there are pointing to a stronger U.S. economy, and yet oil prices continue to decline. Why is that?
Well, there's plenty of oil around. The industry in the United States has done extremely well, and we've increased our production year over year. So the United States is doing a good job of finding oil. The industry is. But, you know, when you look around the world, the cheapest energy in the world is the United States. You look at the global price for oil, and you're looking at 115, and in the United States now we're under $100, close to $95. So we're 15 or 20% below the global price. And if you look at natural gas, you're like at $2.50. In the Mideast, you're 15, and in Europe, you're $13. So
Boone,
what an opportunity for the United States.
But Boone, isn't WTI, the oil here in the U.S., cheap just because so much of it's trapped in the middle of the continent that we can't get it out? It's got no place to go.
Well, it's you're using in the United States about 19 million barrels a day, and we're producing natural gas liquids and oil, both used in the refinery, about 8.8 million barrels. So we're still importing, 12 million barrels a day. Now, trapped in the interior part of the United States, that's right. I mean, there's no question it's cheaper in the mid-continent than it is on the coast, because there you're competing with imported oil.
Okay, so let's talk about the future direction, Boone. I mean, you still got some headwinds coming out of the Middle East and Iran, and concerns about, of course, what all that means for supply. What's your take on the direction of oil prices? Where would you predict oil to be trading a month from now?
I think it'll be down from here.
How far?
I think I don't know. The world has got plenty of oil, and Libyan oil is coming back faster than we thought, and so it's you'll be down, I think, from here, both on WTI and on Brent North Sea.
I mean, we're down, what, 7% so far this year, hovering around 90, 98 or so a barrel. I mean, could you foresee a $75 barrel situation?
No, I can't. I don't see that at all.
Can you give me a number?
It's hard. You say 1 month from now. Geopolitical is a big factor continually for us to deal with, but it could be down, a couple of bucks.
Couple of bucks. And then, as we continue out through this year,
I hope something happens now after he said what he did about natural gas.
Is it possible for us to never have to import from the Middle East? I mean, I've spent time in Brazil, where obviously sugarcane ethanol is huge, and they pride themselves on the fact that they don't have to import from the Middle East. Could we ever get there? Is it realistic?
Of course. I mean, look at our imports. We're importing 12, and a little under 5 comes from OPEC. So from the Mideast, for instance, Straits of Hormuz, we have about 1,800,000 barrels a day that we import out of that area. Sure, the Mideast, we could accomplish that. We have resources in America that'll do it. I was yesterday on a rollout at Navistar in Chicago, and they came out with new natural gas trucks, products and everything, and they are convinced that natural gas is so cheap that you're going to move to natural gas in place of diesel. Now, if you go back to '72, when we converted our truck fleets from gasoline to diesel, for the reason that diesel was cheap. That was in '72, and it took about 6 years to accomplish that. Now, I think if we can get some help from Washington, you can probably do it in 6 years. If you don't get the help, you'll do it in 10 years. But natural gas is $1.50 a gallon cheaper than diesel is.
Well, Boone, UPS just created a corridor. They're in the process of creating a corridor that will ultimately enable their fleet to go from Long Beach, California to Salt Lake City, all on nat gas. So how long before you see that kind of grid throughout the whole U.S. potentially?
Well, Navistar and Clean Energy Fuels have a strategic alliance, which was announced yesterday. And Navistar is going to the natural gas trucks, and Clean Energy Fuels is going to build a station. So Clean Energy Fuels is building those stations, I-5, I-10, 75, 95, I-40, all of it is going to get stationed. So all of it's going to come together pretty fast because the fuel is so much cheaper. So they're going to get it out there. Clean Energy has over 200 stations now, and they'll have over 300 stations by the end of the year.
Now, President Obama or calling for a 50% tax credit on the additional cost of a nat gas engine as opposed to, say, a diesel engine. What else does Washington need to do to further this transition?
No, it's not 50%. That's in the Natural Gas Act, and it's about $30,000 tax credit, which has a pay for by the user. So the person that is buying the natural gas will be paying for that tax credit. So there's no subsidy to the trucking industry. It's a tax credit with a pay for.
Hey, Boone.
But the difference is about $30,000 in the price of the trucks.
When was the last time you talked to President Obama?
The last time?
Last time you talked to him about this plan?
August of 2008. And he was not president at that time, but he was running for president. Now, I've been to the White House a number of times and talked to his people, and it's, I always have an audience there. They want to hear what I have to say, and we've talked about it. They understand. And you saw in his message was pretty well the same thing I say.
Do you think, given their response and their embracing of a lot of your ideas, that they would get your vote, that President Obama would get your vote come November?
Would get my vote? Listen, I'm not political. I told him if I could get this passed for our country to start an energy plan for America, that I'd stay out of politics. So I haven't made any announcement of who I'm for or supporting. I'm not supporting anybody. But let me tell you, about a dinner last night. It was pretty interesting. I was with 40 the big trash haulers in the United States, and they are going to natural gas. They're now over 50% on natural gas, and they are making the full conversion away from diesel to natural gas. So I know this movement is happening in the country. I'm in contact. And we're going to get on our own resources in this country, and we're going to get off of Mideast oil. When you do that, you are paying, when you're buying OPEC oil, you're paying for both sides of the war.
Hey,
and we're stupid to do that.
Before we go, I just wanted to ask you about your support of the Keystone pipeline.
100%. We got to have it. If the oil doesn't come to us, it'll go to China. So if you want to support Chinese energy plan, turn down the Keystone pipeline and let it go to them. We are stupid if we don't take the Canadian oil.
Boone Pickens, wonderful to see you. Thanks for coming on the show. You heard him. He said oil going down a couple of dollars this month. Great to see you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coming up, Royal Caribbean won't let rivals Carnival disaster take it down. We've got your Street Fighters. It's coming up next, right after this.
Weight loss programs can be expensive, so to save some money, I just got the popular girls from the local middle school to follow me around.